Now we at the SEC are very happy to announce that you get a lawsuit and you get a lawsuit. Everybody gets a lawsuit. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed my little comedical sketch at the start of this video, because the funniest part of it all is that it's not even comedy. The SEC has been doing a crazy job of saying, hey, you're fine on one end while smacking you in the face with their other hand. The point being here, what it's looking as if it's happening is they're trying to cut off all your exit points to get out of crypto or to get into crypto. Many people, including the Coinbase ex-CTO, are now saying that they might be going for a big scoop to make sure they can seize all your crypto at some point. And now I don't want to be that guy to say, oh, the US is coming to seize all your crypto, because I do not know. What I do know, however, is right now the fight has started. And guys, I'm very proud to say that we on this channel have been covering the Ripple XRP lawsuit for a long time, but right now, guys, we are seeing a pivotal change. Right now, the majority, all right? That's why I put on the green little shirt right here, because we're freaking bullish. Let's go. Let's take that off again, maybe. Because we're freaking bullish right now on the fact that you can't deny anymore the SEC's attack on crypto. Anybody denying it now is delusional to the fullest degree. Anyways, guys, before we move on, make sure you press that like button, everybody, because when I tell you that we're about to have a banger of a video showcasing all facts from all around the world, all around the crypto space, all around finance space, etc., I freaking mean it. I think this video is going to be extremely important. So again, guys, make sure you press that like button. Let's get to 1,000 likes for the first time. That will be greatly appreciated. I love every single one of you. Anyway, let's get back to the facts at hand. All right, sorry guys, before we move on, breaking news. KWON, the guy behind Luna, the massive scam that the SEC for some reason also did not want to see, just apparently, reportedly, got arrested in Montenegro. Just wanted to quickly make that clear that this is just in, just out. So some very interesting news might be out next, but stay tuned for that, guys. The SEC a couple of years ago started a war on crypto that they can't keep up with anymore. And right now they went after one behemoth, namely Coinbase, that they really shouldn't have done. I mean, take a look at what you're seeing right here. I know this happened with Ripple a while ago as well, where Ripple asked for permission and MoneyGram and etc. They all asked for permission. The SEC said, hey, it's fine. But look at what happened with the SEC and Coinbase. We all know that what happened between the SEC and Coinbase is bullocks because they're so close to one another. Coinbase and the SEC have been in contact throughout all time, which is why they had to delist XRP. Take a look. Go right on ahead in April of 2021, all right? We approve of coin going to the public, and then in March of 2023, you know what, we're gonna sue you for it because, well, you should have been warned, you shouldn't have done that. Coinbase obviously doesn't play by these rules. They're like, hey, why are you screwing with me, Gary Gensler, you little alleged corrupt piece of garbage? And like I said, they're not taking it anymore, and right now they're taking some steps. Coinbase has been tweeting out a lot that the people need to stand up. And right now, when I say it's right now, it's right freaking now. This revolution, this digital revolution of the US citizens not taking it anymore, all these poundings to the buttocks from the SEC, I mean it. I think people right now have no more choice than to realize and rationalize and see you're being screwed to the highest degree. And again, guys, like I said, so that this is all one big major plan. All these banks that are falling, they have something quite interesting in common that we're going to talk about in just a second. But here's what Brian Armstrong said. The US needs to update its financial system. The code is 40 years old and the laws are 100 years old. Crypto is not a financial service. It's a technology that can be used to update financial services. Quick little introduction, I should say. Screw you for delisting XRP and not standing by them when it mattered, but good that you're finally noticing it now. And take a look at what here. Thanks for the offering. This is people asking, how can we help Coinbase and how can we help everybody get this stuff out the way? And he says, we need to get organized as crypto users to vote in upcoming elections and vote out anti-crypto candidates. There are 50 million plus crypto users here in the US now. And to that I have to say, no, you don't have to vote for the higher ups because it's going to remain this way. Why are you saying that, Dusty? Are you sure if we vote them out? No, voting them out ain't gonna happen. Take a look at this. You think if voting mattered, we would have had Gary Gensler on the throne? Literally every single person in the US can see that Gary Gensler's not been doing a good job. You think if your vote really mattered in that regard, that they would switch up all of a sudden? President Economic Report blasts crypto for ignorance of basic economic principles. Even if you get your favorite guys in, there's always gonna be a layer higher that's still gonna try to smack you on the buttocks. Anyway, that's a story for a little bit later in the video. Take a look at this video first. This will shock you. What was that, you might ask? This was a true deer in headlight moment. She was basically asking why the Fed's examiners at the San Francisco Fed did not know about this risk with the financial institutions they supervise in their district. How come they did not know? This is mostly from a banking perspective, but how come they did not know? I mean, if they didn't see this coming, then how much sense does it make for the Fed chair, for him right now, to say the banking system is safe when also all the investigators did not see this coming? If you did not see major crashes happening, are you then qualified to state that you can say the banking system is safe? Because if you look further, you'll see articles like this. For example, on The Economist, America's banks are missing hundreds of billions of dollars. So it's kind of funny how these coincide where, well, they're saying, hey, it's safe, but on the other hand, they didn't know things were wrong on the back end, right? All the investigators didn't know. And then other articles coming out saying, well, all these banks are missing hundreds of billions of dollars. And that's where Balaji comes in and says, hey, they will eventually try to seize your Bitcoin. Eventually, maybe soon. So buy Bitcoin. Get your coins off exchanges and get to a Bitcoin-friendly jurisdiction. Apparently, states like Florida, Texas in the US are pretty friendly, or El Salvador and here, Dubai, in the UAE if you are abroad. Had to quickly log into a different Twitter account because he's blocked me for some reason, I don't know. They're going to attempt to limit/block the exit ramps to Bitcoin exchanges as the banking system gets run. It's starting. The more I tell you guys about this, the more I research this stuff, the not so crazy it starts to sound. I mean, take, for example, just for a second here, take a look at this, all right? Here's Mr. President, all right? Woo, Mr. President, whoa, let's talk. Whoa, what are you talking about, Mr. President? The absolute banking system is just completely going crazy. What do you have to say to us? Come on. Well, in my first year in office, we protected more lands and waters than any president since John F. Kennedy. We've also managed the largest investment to fight climate change. Even Elon Musk says, sir, the banks are melting. Excuse me? What? Excuse me? And again, at the exact same time, the president's coming out with an economic report blasting crypto for ignorance of basic economic principles when they fail to acknowledge the banking situation. All they've said is, hey, all is good, all is safe. As Biden has said, they have faith in the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Reserve says nothing to worry about. On an opposite end, and let's make this very clear, they are printing like the it's going freaking crazy. If you think that in the back end of things, it's not just a complete freaking chaos, then I don't know exactly what you're smoking, all right? Balance sheet. These loans are newly printed money or a form of quantitative easing. They increased the Fed's balance sheet by about $300 billion. In other words, in just 1 week, the Fed reversed roughly half of all the quantitative tightening it accomplished over the past year. And now, a little funny caveat to this, I'll share a little bit further into this video. And again, guys, if you're enjoying these updates, make sure you press that like button. I try my best to make them as on point and quick as possible so you can move on with your day and do fun stuff. And also, I reply to every single comment. So if you have something to say, comment it down below because I reply to every single person. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with an entire story here for about an hour because Balaji has been going on a tangent, all right? He's been stating everything he's been thinking and there's a lot of facts in there. But one of his central lines is the Fed now has high rates like San Francisco has low crime rates. It says it, but it doesn't. Because you have to be pretty naive to think today's rate hike means the Fed is still fighting inflation. Again, we've seen an interest rate of 0.25%, and earlier it was stated that this would probably be good enough to kind of plateau on, to pause on before we go back down. But right now it's also been stated that the Fed chair does not expect this year to see any rate cuts. So at the end of the day, that also does not seem that trustworthy. Then again, just a little while ago, we saw Mason tweet this, that NatWest, a very big bank in the UK, was also blocking you from making crypto payments. There was a little message here that if you try to put some money or take some from your crypto account, they basically would try to block you to keep your money safe and secure. But if you thought that that was the craziest part, no. No, because what just happened to Kraken? Well, Kraken just also stated they will no longer support ACH deposit and withdrawals, basically bank transfers of that sort, starting March 27th. Choke. So they're basically cutting your ways to exit the crypto by a lot. Seriously, I think your only option is to go to Coinbase, right? And do bank transfers from there. But even now, they're going after Coinbase. And I have more. It gets even crazier because you guys have probably already seen it. But in the background right now, as we speak, they're making sure that all these guys that are involved with these collapsing banks, etc., that are trying to rescue, that are trying to be involved, etc., that they cannot involve themselves with crypto anymore. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. That's not native English speaker, inundated with requests. Digital currency firm looks to Swiss banks after crypto-friendly lenders fall/fail. Signature Bank raised its crypto exposure. Coinbase halts support for Signature Bank. Digital payment platform. All quite logical stuff, right? What if I were to tell you, however, that in the back end of all these seemingly innocent messages is a very clear message. And that is that all these different guys that are going down right now had some sort of connection to crypto. And so crypto is scary. Crypto should be stayed away from. And all the guys right now trying to save the newer system, to save these older systems, can from now on forward not really be working with crypto too much to limit exposure to risk. So to summarize, two main things are happening. They're cutting off all your entry and exit points. And they're making you very fearful of everything while putting all the blame over on crypto. And that's why many right now are stating they're coming for your crypto next. Because after they feared you, they fed you all this fear of, oh, crypto is scary, crypto is volatile, it's too risky for you. And they're showing you all these different scams, all these collapses, which are based on crypto. After they've told all these bigger companies, hey, you cannot be involved with it, but they're also still being vague about the rules, they'll come and state. And I'm not saying this is fact, I'm just, thinking out loud with you guys. Maybe at some point they're gonna try and take your crypto away from you. Hey, all I know is nobody's taking my crypto away. Nobody's taking my crypto. If there's one thing I know, it's that nobody's taking none of my coins. All I want you guys to know is there's a big manipulation tactic going on right now, and, well, don't get misled. They're gonna try everything they can, but see through it, and that's all I ask from you. Oh yeah, then again, there was also Jim Cramer who said, I have tremendous respect for Secretary Yellen, but Fed Chief Powell seems more aware that if things go downhill from here, it could be like a 150 basis points tightening. I left work feel very concerned that much good was undone today. And so like Max Mayer says, you hear that, guys? Well, maybe everything's gonna be all right in the end anyway. All I can say to that is, cheers, everybody. All right, and now I have to give you guys an update on BISWAP. You guys already know, probably for a little while, that I met these guys over in Paris because they were the main sponsor for the Binance Paris event. And ever since then, honestly, it's been my go-to decentralized exchange for the Binance Smart Chain. So whenever I'm transacting tokens on the Binance ecosystem, I use this platform. And again, the main reason, honestly, is just because of fees. When you trade a lot, the fees really do matter a lot. And since they claim to always try to keep the lowest fees in the DeFi space, well, yeah, it's a pretty simple choice. It says right here, for example, that the lowest fee they got is 0.2, but I believe it might even be 0.1% on stablecoins. There's also some very nice APYs for providing liquidity or staking. And again, I've been bullish on it for a long while. I'm talking also about the BISWAP token in a similar sense as you can talk about with Uniswap and all these different decentralized exchange tokens. But yeah, what I'm trying to say mostly is just the exchange itself, not the token. But by the way, if you wanted to know, the token is also listed on Binance, and these guys were invested in by Binance Labs. Token is on many platforms, by the way, the BISWAP token. And yeah, I also just wanted you guys to be aware that there are many cool opportunities out there, which you can partially see in this little list. I, by the way, also want you guys to do something, and that is, if you have any questions about it or anything that can make this platform better, I think the guys over at BISWAP would be really happy to know it. So just put them in the comments down below. Anything, a question or any sort of tips on how to make the platform cooler. And also let me know down below if you'd like a full tutorial on how to use the platform. I've actually made one before, but then I deleted it because I wasn't sure if you guys were really interested in that. But if you are, make sure you let me know down below as well. And again, I'll leave a link to the exchange down below with, of course, 0.1% fees, because you'll get 50% of your exchange fee reimbursed, which is now why it makes sense to me that the fee is like 0.1. Anyway, there will be a link to that down below. If you're on the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, this is the DEX that I use. Yeah, sometimes I think it's so crazy how time flies as well. Just from the perspective that the listing on Binance is already a year ago, guys, time freaking flies in the crypto space. Really, these guys are up to a lot of cool stuff like changing the website in a lot of different languages too, but again, that's it for right now.